Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Barry, that Goat Metal Show, along with my partners, Tone Joker NYC, Rich, the silent producer. We have a very special guest, the man, the myth, the legend, Francisco from Jamming Out All Badass and ETD. Let's just the grind is here, baby. The grind is here. That's what I'm talking about. Oh man, how you doing, Francisco? How's everything going over with you, man?
Man, everything's cool, man. First of all, thanks for having me on the That Goat Metal Show. You guys rule. I really enjoy watching your videos. Pretty much on a daily basis. You guys are putting something out there, so it's cool. I enjoy it. You guys know me. I enjoy humor and stuff like that. And you guys don't keep it too serious, so that kind of what attracted me to your channel. You know what I mean? If I call that serious, like Spastic Blur said, if you're serious, you lose. So
there you go. I mean, you gotta sometimes just be free to just express yourself with humor, man. If you don't, what the fuck is the point?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, man. But this is what we do. Like I said, we're gonna have a round table with you discussing our favorite topic right now today, which is grindcore. But before we get into what we're going to discuss as far as grindcore albums and show our favorites, we wanted to ask Mr. Francisco a couple of questions. If that's okay with you, bro?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Ask away.
All right. So there might be some interesting questions. I mean, that Frazier went and told me on the side that I might have to ask you.
All right. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready for whatever.
Oh man! All right, so those are gonna be my first question to you. I mean, you could give it away. What started you out on making your channel, Jamming Out All Badass? What was the inspiration?
Well, I started around pretty much during the heavy pandemic time where I was sent home from work. I think I was home from work for like 6 months. I don't know. I can't remember now. It was a while.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of downtime in the house, right? So I'm like, fuck. And then I've always watched YouTube, but at that point, YouTube just became. It seemed like YouTube blew up at that time because everybody was doing something. Hey, check it out on YouTube. So I remember the first thing I remember seeing was a show called the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. I remember seeing that. I was like, hey, this is cool, And then there was something John McAtee from Incantation was on called I can't remember the channel, but he was on there, and there would be people like doing Zoom chats and things like that, talking about whatever, and a few others. I was like, I could do this. You know what I mean? I can do this. So I started doing it. I started off on Zoom. I had no idea what I was doing. I basically went into it just like, all right, whatever happens, happens. I'll figure it out on the way, just on the go, and still kind of figuring it out on the go to this day. But I've learned a few things here and there, a few tricks that have helped me out. But yeah, that's pretty much what it was. I was like seeing, I think I told John, I saw you doing. I was like, if fucking John could do it, I could do it. So that was pretty much the reason I got going. So I was like, I know a few things about a few things. So why not? Why not me?
All right, yeah. And what was, I mean, once you had it going, like what was your main stick? I mean, in the beginning, you just wanted to put out a channel, have fun, talk about music. What was like the main goal of the channel at that point?
Actually, at first, believe it or not, I remember sitting right here, dude. I was like, literally the day that I was going to record. So my first video I did with Mike Abominator from the band Ruin. And I remember sitting here like an hour before. I was like, I had a little idea. So the point of the show was, I call it Jamming Out All Badass. All right, so what do you guys, bring some records or some whatever that defines you as a person, the ones that had that heavy impact on you. So people would we would talk about their band, what was going on, kind of promote their band. And then towards the end, we would, look at their records and talk about what they meant to them and things like that. But at first I remember thinking, because I grew up watching, you guys did too, late night talk shows, Johnny Carson, David Letterman. I was like, I was literally thinking about doing like a fucking comedy monologue at the beginning of the show. That was my thing. It's like, I'm gonna do fucking some stand-up jokes. I was like, fuck this. This ain't gonna happen. So I was like, all right, so I need to have something to open the show, something. And I literally sat here like an hour before and made up that intro song that everybody hears now. Like, it's like it's one riff, right? I was like, I'm gonna make it short, make it simple, and I wrote it here and I recorded it here on my four. I think it was a four. I think it was a 4-track. I don't know, but I wrote it here and I uploaded it, and that was it. That's as far as I went. I remember I still have it. I had like a cardboard because I don't know anything about graphics. I literally wrote like the name of the show on a piece of cardboard with the Sharpie and like would take photos of it. And that would be like, that would be it. I didn't know anything about graphics or anything like that. It was just total DIY. That's all it was. It was DIY on a computer. That's what it was. And so I remember, yeah, it was cool. It was cool because I was just like, I didn't know what I was doing, and I kind of still don't. But it was fun. And my idea was just to talk to friends, and it kind of friends and bands that I knew. And then I was like, well, I know all these people through social media and people in bands. Why don't I ask, fucking so and so from this band, and if they could do, if they tell me no, fuck it. What do I care? They told me no. So why not? So that's a tip. Just ask people. Ask people. If they tell you no, oh well, they tell you no. But there's going to be somebody that tells you yes. So at the beginning, it was mostly chats, just chats and chats and chats. And I like changing, keeping shit fresh all the time. So I'm like, fuck, what do I do now? I'm always thinking, and I was like, I started playing music. And at the time, I don't remember anybody else like playing actual underground music, like on a YouTube channel. Like, yeah, people are uploading, but like actually having a show where you're just playing music. I don't remember anybody doing that.
No, I can't.
So I can maybe say I kind of did that first. Maybe, I don't know. But I was like, fuck it, why not? Because I grew up listening to underground radio, not only underground radio, but I grew up listening to Casey Kasem and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like 80s radio. So I was like, fuck it, I can do that myself. So I started doing that and just eventually just involved. And like I said, I'm always trying to change things up, keep shit fresh, not for you don't get stale real quick. And people, whatever, I'll move on to the next thing. So I've done so many different things over the it'll be almost 4 years, I think, in March. Yeah, 4 years.
Oh.
And I mean, the channel's it's still a small channel, right? I'm not like making any waves or anything like that, but I don't care. I do it because I think I've found a small but loyal group over these past 4 years that have stuck around. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, I remember when the channel you used to get like 12 to about 20. Now it's like almost 50 a night when you go.
Yeah. It's some people 50 people, that's nothing. But the way I look at it, if my band is playing a show and I get 50 people to show up to see my band, I think I'm doing all right. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. So I don't care. I don't care about like numbers. You at first I was like, I was doing, hey, do this, check this out. But now it's like, all right, I'll just let it grow however it grows. If it grows, if the same 50 people that on average come out and hang out, I'm perfectly fucking happy with it. I don't care if it grows anymore, as long as there's, people still coming back. And because you're right, at first I was doing shit during the day, maybe 12 people, but that was cool. I was like, fuck, look at it this way. There's so many fucking things people can do in this world right now. But these 12 people decided to tune into me. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and the fact that that these are people who are following before, and then it's spread like wildfire. I mean, your name, the name of your channel has come out in the mouths of people from around the world and other channels. So right. Which is good. You hear them, jamming out all badass, or they mention Necron and more because Texas. I mean, basically, you guys are the trifecta. Let's just put it out there like that. And Jucifer is in there in the fourth, but it's you, Necron, and Mortar Red. You guys, when they think of Texas, they think of you guys in the YouTube community.
It's funny you mentioned them because Carl, I knew him from his bands, but he and I we never hung out. We never really talked too much. But I noticed him coming on, checking out my show before he had a show, right? So he'd be in the chat, and I'm like, oh, that's, Carl or whatever, Necron from Thornspawn and Hod and all these bands. And he and I have become really cool friends just because of that, just because of the channel, right? And Morning Red, at first I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I kept hearing he's from Houston. I was like, and he would say shows he was at the same time I was at, and I'm like, I think I should know this fucking guy. Who is this fucking guy? And then I met him at one of those Houston heavy metal markets, and that's when he and Aaron were working out the details for the Morning Red album that just came out, right? Go Throw and Aaron.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Aaron's like, yeah, that's him. I was like, I know this fucking guy. His bands and I played shows together. We played shows together back in whenever it was we were playing together, and he actually interviewed me for one of his zines years back too. I'm like, I know this fucking guy. Yeah. So and we started talking. He's like, yeah, I was at that show, and I was at that show, and like, so once I figured out who it was, I was like, all right, I get it now. I get it. I've known this guy for a while, so yeah, it's kind of strange how both of them, it's like people I knew, but we were never really, too close in contact. But it's changed a little bit for sure.
Oh, okay, that's cool, man. Because I that's one thing about your channel. I think we all appreciate the fact that you do keep things more. You don't keep it one style per se.
No.
They but you do have your nights where you want to do like punk and hardcore, and you want to do other death metal, black metal, old school metal, whatever you will do, and it's cool. And you still get that nice flow of people to go in there and want to listen, want to have input and enjoy it. And I think that's cool, man.
Yeah, no, I don't like pigeonholing myself to like, this is the death metal show. No, man, I listen to all kinds of shit. So, and I know people say that I listen to everything, but those of us that are actually into underground music really do listen to more than people who are just like, people who listen to radio stuff all the time. Oh, listen to everything. No, you don't. No, you don't. You really don't. You listen to a couple of things. We're the more open-minded people that, I can listen to the Go-Go's and fucking Anal Cunt or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. So that's why I like to keep it. Again, it's about keeping the show fresh and different and not getting, burned out with it. Cause it's easy to get burned out. Trust me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We, at one point, I think, when I was injured all the way, and, I was doing more stuff, Rich was there helping me. And then at some point I would get messages from Rich. Yo, you doing the recap? You doing? I said, oh shit, man. I was trying to start setting myself up because it would always be on a schedule. We would always already have, he would send me stuff and I already have a video set for him and send it out without even him asking. And then there'd be a time I'll just be there like this and he'll like, yo, Barry, are you going to do the recap today? Or you want to do it? I said, oh, fuck. I could like, it just goes over your mind sometimes, when you just.
Trust me. There's times where I'm like, sometimes like, all right, I got to take time off. Fuck this. This is too much. It's a lot of work. People, just sit in front of the computer. No, trust me. There's a lot of shit that goes on when I'm not in front of the computer that I'm just trying to racking my brain of things to do, just because I need that outlet. That's going back to the first question. That was one of those things like my bands can't fucking play any shows. We can't do anything. So what am I going to fucking do to keep me sane? And it was this.
That's cool, man. That's good.
And Francisco, oh, sorry, Barry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Being that you mentioned that, a lot of people know you recently from ETD, but I wanted to find out what other bands were you in Texas back then that you were part of?
Yeah, and that's another thing. I've been in many fucking bands too. Yeah. So I grew up. I still live in the same town I grew up in. It's Clute, Texas. It's 50 miles south of Houston, and I live like 10-minute drive from the Gulf of Mexico. So it's a small town. It's kind of industrial town. There's chemical plants and refineries and all that, right? But it wasn't. Most people here, I'd say me and my buddy Ray Rivera, who I mention all the time because he was a huge influence on me. We grew up same time, same age. I might be a few months older than him, but So this town it wasn't a big city. We can just go anywhere and find this and find that. It was a little harder for us, but somehow it found us. And that's why I believe shit is like the music it's meant to find you. It'll find you somehow. It will fucking, no matter where you're at, it will find you, especially nowadays. You know what I mean? But back then it was a lot tougher. We didn't have underground stores. Luckily we had this one mall where they had some chain stores. Like, I don't know if you guys had Sam Goody and
we had
things like that. There's a couple other ones that would get, the thrash stuff and sometimes some punk hardcore stuff, metal stuff. And that really helped us out a lot. But being we're an hour from Houston, there was some stuff that was coming in from Houston, like older kids I would see, like my older brother's age that would go to shows, and I would see T-shirts. They'd be wearing T-shirts from Slayer's fucking Rain and Blood tour and Devastation from Texas and all this shit, Obituary, things like that, when we were like, I don't know, 14 years old. So that kind of helped us out too. But what some of the bands, so my buddy Ray, we were both into a lot of the same shit. There wasn't many of us here that were into the extreme shit. So like 93 was when we first officially did something and recorded on a 4-track. And it was a noisecore band, just total anal cunt, Fear of God, Sore Throat, like influence stuff. Just short, just making noise and being wild, And it was called Kaka with 2 Ks, Kaka. That was the name of our band when we recorded it. So because it was just shit, right? It was just pure shit noise. And so that was the first thing we officially recorded, and we were the only ones that were into that shit. I just remember doing these recordings and just laughing because I was just like, holy shit, we're doing it. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we could do this shit. Before that, we were doing little just silly shit at his house. Like I remember it must have been 1990. Yeah, it was about 1990. It was all noise shit too. So he had like a 2-string acoustic guitar, and it was me, him at his house. I remember at his house that he was living in at the time. And one of our other friends had a younger brother who was a couple years younger than us. And he happened to be there that day. And we did the whole, hey, get your tape player, push record. And he just started, I remember I was on the acoustic guitar, just make it, I couldn't play, just making noise. And they're both like, or whatever, And so it started back then, but we didn't officially record anything like on tape to release and put out there until 93. So that was one. And then after that, he moved to Austin. Again, it was just he and I. We're the only ones. He moved to Austin, and we kind of both started doing our own thing. That's when I started the band Hippo Christians, was in 95 or so. Started writing stuff, recorded a demo in 96, did a bunch of stuff with that band. That band kind of was the band that helped me contact a lot more people around the world, tape trading and things like that. That was pretty much the only band I was known for a while. And just Hippo Christians, there was, after that, and during that time I did a label, and I'll get into that later if we show some of this stuff. I did a label too. And after that, we did some black metal stuff called Thy Feeble Savior. It was he and I that started it, like in 99. Ended up doing an album on Hell's Headbangers, like literally like fucking 15 years later or whatever. Just did a bunch of stuff. Did a band called HRA, which was total fast hardcore stuff, which some people may only know me for that. Did Cemeterian, did what else? I'm forgetting some shit, but those are kind of the main bands,
What about Splatteria? Were you in Splatteria?
I was not, but those were my friends. So some of the guys in Splatteria were in the band Hippo Christians. Their old bass player and vocalist ended up joining Hippo Christians in like 2004, and we did 2 7-inches and an LP with that lineup, and that was cool to me because they were a huge influence on me. They were the first grinding band in Texas ever. It was like mid to late 80s. That's when they started. So it was kind of at first it was like, it's kind of surreal. I was like, oh fuck, I'm jamming with the Splatteria guys. But after a while, I was like, yeah, they're just a couple of assholes like me, you know. So we did quite a bit with that band. Played a few shows, did some recordings, and but no, Splatteria, huge influence on me. Probably my favorite band ever out of Texas.
That's cool.
That's good. So what other bands were influenced? You were influenced by in the grindcore scene.
Oh man, quite a bit. I mean, like now with ETD, it's still the same shit as when I was a kid. First, like early Napalm Death to me is grindcore. Early Napalm Death is grindcore. Obviously, you're wearing the Terrorizer shirt. Terrorizer, huge fucking influence to this day. Agathocles from Belgium, another huge one. Yep. There's a bunch, but like the big ones, like those, people argue about Repulsion being death metal, grindcore, or whatever, but Repulsion, and the first Carcass album, Reputrefaction. Shit like that is what just blew my mind as a kid. And there was bunch of other shit, obviously, which I have a stack of records here, but to this day, it's those bands where you always go back to where it started for you. At least for me.
Oh, so wait, so you telling me that there's still a chance we'll get that Kaka reunion? The return of the smell, or we'll get something going with that. We gotta get that reunion, bro.
We actually did a show. We did one show. I remember, like, it was 2007. I set up a show, which believe it or not, was the very first Dork Angel show. Was that show that I booked, and it was just all noisy, fucking just a bunch of shit, and it was a lot of fun. And that was 2007, and that was the first time we had played anything since like 1995. So I don't see it happening again. But he and I have done stuff. You know, he started Thy Feeble Savior with me. Actually, no, he didn't. He started Sacrilegious Torment with me, which was the band I meant. Thy Feeble Savior was me by myself at first, but he and I did a black metal band called Sacrilegious Torment and did a couple of demos, and that was it. But no, Kaka's he and I are probably going to record something soon, which is going to be just the dumbest fucking thing ever. But I can't wait to do it. So zero instruments. It's just us all. Just yeah. When it comes out of it, like, what the fuck is this nonsense? But I love it.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask with the band ETD. What is basically? I mean, we know it's just straight up. I've told you that it's good grind that I love. What gives you your push for some of the music you write? Like, is there any particular topics that run through your head? They say, "Oh, this is going to be good for a song." What goes through it?
Well, I didn't write any of the lyrics, but I did bring up some of the topics for my buddy Robert, who was in HRA with me. He was a singer in HRA. He recorded the vocals on the album, and he did the lyrics. But when we first started, I wanted to do like just these off the wall stories that you would read about. Crazy shit, like the things only humans can do, like just fucked up shit humans can do. And actually I have so some of the ones that he and I talked about, I don't know if they all made it on this album, but it was let me see if I can find one real quick, because I would see all these clippings and I'm like, whoa, that's a fucking good song idea. There was god damn it, where do I have it? Because I save everything, by the way. That's another tip. Save everything. Well, if you're playing, I hum riffs in my phone. So there's so many things that you're gonna forget that sound cool at one point, and they're like, fuck, I need to do this again. But all right, let me see if I can find it. But anyway, there was one where this the Killing for Company was about this guy that would kill, and I think that's a pretty famous story. I think he would kill people just so he could have like friends. He would prop them up like at his house and things like that. Just wild shit like that. Let me see. God damn it. There was this one kid this little 6-year-old that killed his teacher crazy shit like that. You know, wanted to burn her. He talked about, yeah, I wanted to burn her alive, and you know, just crazy shit that only humans are capable of doing, right? Like fucked up humans, just fucked up stories like that. And then also, you know, there's some, being that Robert was really influenced by like early hardcore punk, like early 80s stuff. There's stuff, you know, about, and he doesn't like write for one side or the other. It's like, you know, fuck politicians, fuck world leaders, things like that. You know what I mean? So there's still that punk element in us as well, as far as the lyrics. Not like fuck Trump or fuck Biden, but like fuck it all. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, these are people that are obviously a bunch of fucking crooks and criminals. So fuck them. So just things like that. Basic. Not basic, because Robert has he always has a wild spin on his lyrics. You know, his point of view of it, and it's, you got to be in his head to fucking understand it. So he's a great lyricist. So a lot of those songs are about that.
Quick question, Francisco: the members in your band, what other bands they're in?
Well, I'll start. Well, Robert, he's on. He's not. We got a new singer now, which is Matt. But Robert. So I'll just talk about the people on the recording. Robert is a Houston legend. He's been in bands since like the mid '80s. His first band, I think, was the Idiot Society, which is very Cryptic Slaughter influenced stuff. They only did like rehearsals, things like that. He was also in Dark Rain, which was basically some members of Imprecation before they formed Imprecation. Dark Rain was around from like 88 to like 91 or 2 or something like that. He was in Crawler. He was in HRA with me. He was a bunch of other shit. JD, I think you guys probably know JD from the channel, but JD's a fucking just talented fucking guy, and it fucking makes me sick how good he is at everything. But he plays in Hexea, obviously. I think you guys probably know Hexea. He was in Severance. He was in band called Totally Rude Losers, which is more fastcore stuff. He's in Annihilator now.
Great
a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Charles actually was in. I remember seeing Charles's band before I even knew him when I was a kid. He had a band called Expletive in like the early 90s. I remember seeing his band. They were kind of thrashy, kind of thrashy band. From thrashy was maybe a little hardcore inspired, like faster hardcore stuff inspired, maybe, but not really. And he was in Cemeterian with me as well. So yeah, and Matt, he's the new singer, which he's doing a fantastic fucking job. I don't know if you guys have watched the rehearsals that I've been posting, but he's doing a fantastic fucking job, sounding great, fitting in just fine. I met him probably like in '94 or something. He was in some bands, and we kind of hit it off because he was into fast shit and all that shit back then too. And then we've never played in a band. I've always wanted to be in a band with him. And when I was thinking, I was like, fuck, I want to do a show. Robert doesn't want to do shows. So who am I going to ask? And I didn't want to ask any obvious people would think were obvious. So I was like, all right, let me think off the grid here. And I asked Matt, he's like, well, fuck, dude, really? You want me to sing? And I'm like, yeah. I said, why not, dude? You know this stuff. You grew up with it. I mean, I'm sure you can do it. Just give it a shot. And he did it, and he fucking nailed it. And I was like, yeah, dude, this is fucking great. So Matt rules. He's pretty much the reason we're doing the show this coming fucking Saturday, because he stepped up to the plate. And every time we practice, dude, it sounds more brutal each time. So I'm like, fuck yeah, Matt. So I'm glad I kind of went that path where, like, you asked Matt why. Listen, now you know why.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And speaking about that you just mentioned it, I mean, Saturday is a big day coming up, a Saturday, January the 18th. Big lineup there, a lot of bands. Tell us a little bit about some of the bands that are performing, and how the whole thing came together. Yeah,
I just put it together. I think I mentioned earlier, I got inspired by that Destroying Texas Fest. I think this might have been offline. I got inspired by that because I got to meet some people from the chat. at that show, like from the Jawaba chat, and I was like, I had quite a bit of fun. I mean, I got sick as fuck, but I had quite a bit of fun, and I was like, well, fuck, let me put a show together with people that bands that support the channel quite a bit. So naturally, I thought of Pius Levis, which is Necron's band, who are, dude, live, they're gonna fucking kick your ass. Trust me. So when I saw that's what hooked me into Pius Levis. I saw them live one time. I'm like, dude, this was like 1987. It was like dudes are in fucking spikes and fucking leather and fucking, evil shirts and playing evil riffs and like hair going everywhere, and it was a show. I was like, fuck yeah, this shit rules. That's how you play a live show. Yeah. Those guys were all energy, and there wasn't a lot of people there, but that's what I was like. They didn't give a fuck. They're up there just to destroy, and I'm there up front like, fuck yeah, acting like I knew all their songs, but I didn't. But it was just they were that good that they fucking reeled me in. And Hexay, obviously JD and his wife Noelia's band, which fucking-tastic band. Noelia's to this day, she's right now she's my favorite, like, and I hate saying female vocalist, but it is what it is, because her voice is fucking evil, man. It just comes from a different place. It's not like, I mean, no, nothing against any other women. It's cool, women are doing stuff and all that, but her voice, when you hear it, like, whoa, that's a woman. I said, holy shit.
Yeah, there's only like a select few. Yeah, there's a select few women that could just really put it out there.
Put it out there and don't sound like they're straining. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them, you can hear that straining where, like, yeah, and understandable. They don't have that lower register or whatever. But she just brings it. And they're just a great fucking band. Burt Bacharach, which is basically they're ex-Anal Cunt guys, the original Anal Cunt guys, Tim and Fred, who came in a little bit after the first couple of EPs, but he's early on. He was in Flim, and they started this band called Burt Bacharach, and I was like, those guys were a huge fucking influence on me as a kid, like early on. And he's like, Tim's like, bring us down. I'm like, fuck. I hate putting shows together, because once you start putting a show together, hey man, can we play? No, motherfucker, you can't play. You know what I mean? That's what I hate about it. I was like, fuck. And of course, it started happening. The word got out that I was putting a show, and hey, can we play? No, man. If I want you to play, I'll ask you. No offense, but this show is for people and bands that support my channel, right? You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not just going to pick some random people off. Hey, you want to play? No, fuck that. So that Burt Bacharach, Tim is a huge supporter of the channel and things like that. And then Dork Angel, which is Fraser. You guys don't know Fraser. I mean, I started bringing him onto the channel like kind of early on, because I knew Fraser is a fucking star. He is a fucking star, dude. We've known about Fraser in Houston for years. I'm like, this guy's a star. On camera, he's a fucking star. He's a naturally hilarious guy. Makes you laugh, doesn't give a fuck. He's one of the guys that truly does not give a fuck about what you say. He's all about metal and supporting. Nobody supports bands more than that guy. Nobody.
Yeah.
And I've known him for years, and I was like, yeah, I got to bring him on. I got to bring him on. I have to do it. And I did bring him on. And of course, in true Fraser fashion, it was complete train wreck. At first, he couldn't figure it out. I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. People are like, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, dude, no, don't be sorry. This is fucking perfect. This is this is not stage. This is you trying to figure out how to work this StreamYard thing in live. And he finally got it. But man, soon people are like, yeah, dude. People. They know Fraser, and now people outside of Houston know him. And he's like, dude, he's always grateful. And I was like, dude, no, trust me, you bring a lot to the fucking channel. And sometimes he gets a little wild, but hey, I I know how to tame them and shit. So, but anyway, and then ETD, our first show. That's the other band. We're playing our very first show. So I can't wait. It's gonna be fucking brutal.
Yeah, and give us the time and the location of the place.
Yeah, it's at a place called it's kind of like the what's that place in San Francisco? The Gilman. It's named after the address of the place. So the place is 1810 Ojimon, OJ, and it's in Houston, Texas. So and I think the first band, and I'm going to work on the set times, but the first band is going to be Dork Angel, and it'll probably be about 8:30 our time, because the sets are all going to be short, and I don't want it to be one of those pressure shows like, oh fuck, it's just friends having a party, hanging out, and there's bands playing. That's the vibe I want to put out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, don't fucking worry about this and that. Just go up there and fucking play and have a good time, and that's it. So it's gonna be it's put a lot of work into it. I want to thank everybody that's helped, kind of help me put that together. Aaron from Goat Throne has been a big help. Everybody in the Joaba chat who all the Wills games, all that money, I've used it to get in the bands to fly down here and paying for a place for the bands to stay at and giving them, whatever. So thank you everybody for making it happen. It wasn't me. I couldn't have done it by myself. No fucking way.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. That's the point of having a good following of people that that appreciate you, man.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like I said, my channel, I don't make it about me. I think Tone, you've been hanging out for quite a while in the show. I always make it about the people that are watching the show. Always. I've always done that. Never been about me. If the chat is happening, dude, because sometimes the chat gets fucking wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it gets fucking crazy. So that's what makes the show better. Yeah. When people are involved, and people like to get involved. You know what? I think so. That's why you're there. You want to hang out. I mean, yeah, people, you can listen to music anytime. That's not the point. The point is you're hanging out and you're chit-chatting. You're meeting people from all over the world, and next thing you know, you have a friend from wherever. Sometimes you may need that friend for something. And we did that the other day for Emma. Her daughter sadly passed away. I don't mean to bring this down, but I think it's important to bring it up since you're wearing the Terrorizer shirt. But her brother was Jesse Pintado, if you not know. But her daughter passed away, and I was like, what can we do? Because she came on the show and was fantastic, dude. Told us some stories about Jesse nobody's ever heard. Showed us his fucking vest from he was 15, where he had Andrew DRI logos, things like that, right? So I was like, all right, what can we do to help them out? So I was like, they had to GoFundMe. So I was like, hey guys, just help put the word out there. I think during the live stream alone, I think we managed to get somewhere between like $650, $700 for them. Yeah. I was like, whoa, I was like, I wouldn't have imagined this happening when I first started the channel, right? But again, people have been cool on the channel, just real people. That's what it's all about, just hanging out and sometimes somebody may need some help, so if we can help them out, that's what I like to promote too.
All right, well, look, nice. One more. So before we get into, I guess our main discussion and going over our love of grindcore, I just got this one thing. As far as going back to your channel, can you give us something quick of maybe the best, one of the best things you've dealt with on the channel, and maybe one of the ones that was somewhat out of hand, so to say?
Oh yeah, easy. So. When I first started, like I said, I was asking people that I fucking grew up listening to be on the show, and I'm like, holy shit! Like I had the drummer from Septic Death come on the show, like just fucking blew my mind, dude.
That's awesome.
They said yes. Tim from Anal Cunt, that was one of my favorite things when he first. Now we're real good friends, and it would have been because if not for the show, he and I wouldn't be real good friends. We fucking call, text each other every day. So fucking many, man. Mike Browning. Per from Filthy Christians, fucking just look at the list, and I'm like, holy shit, I had all these people on the show, Paul from Paul Fanatica, god damn, I can't remember. There's been so goddamn many. Lori from Nuclear Dad, Chris from Goraphobia, who's a good friend now. Just endless. But the one time when I first started the show early on, there was the singer from the old band NME from Washington. And he had the worst fucking internet connection ever, man. He was like 3 minutes behind or something. It was wild, dude. And I'm like, I'm just trying like hell to get through this fucking interview. There's a lot of this. All right, question. I'm like, oh, just fucking damn. It was terrible, man. And I'm like, it was easily the and not because of him. The guy had great fucking stories, but it was just the technology. I was like, dude, this is bad, man. I was like, and I tried I finished it. I tried like hell to finish it, but people are like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I appreciate him coming on because NME fucking ruled. They put out a great album, and yeah, that one easily, just because of that, not because of him, because the guy rules. Brian, shout out to Brian, and that was early on, and I was still kind of learning everything, and but yeah, that one I'll never forget. I just remember being like, oh fuck, I was like stressing out. I was like, why do I care? It's there's fucking like 12 people watching or whatever. What do I care? And but I did that to myself because I when I put something out there, I want it to be good.
All right, man. All right, but so we're gonna go straight into showing off some of our stuff. I mean, I have less. You might have a truckload. Tone, I know it's got buckets.
Back
Rich
that
might
truck
have
up.
a few, But we'll start off. We'll start off with you. We'll go to Tone, Rich, and then myself last, and then go around from there. So let's show off some of our goodies, man.
You want to start off with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, so what I just got some 7 inches, just grabbed them like, all right, this is grinding stuff. So I'm going to run through them kind of quick, I guess. And it's funny that this one's on top because you remember I told you the name of my buddy and I's band, right? The noise band. It's called Kaka.
Yeah.
This is a band called Anal Massacre. They were from Germany. Total AC inspired stuff. But the name of the 7 inch is Kaka, Kaka. So yeah, this is like 90. I forgot what year this was, 92 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
That's one of them. Some of this is obscure stuff. Some of this is pretty well known stuff, I guess. Here's a Righteous Pig 7 inch Turmoil.
Nice.
This is on Nuclear Blast, I believe. It's got 3 songs on it. This is another. This is a couple bands. This is Filthy Charity from France with a split with a band called SRMP from Brazil. And the reason I grabbed this one is because the label was called Psychomania Records out of Scotland. They used to put out a lot of like grinding, noisy 7 inches. And this was one of the labels that me and my buddy Ray would send our first tapes to. And I was like, fuck, dude, if we could just get a 7 inch on Psychomania Records, that would fucking rule. But they say, yeah, they sent us one. Yeah, we appreciate it. But right now we got this and that. So whatever. But that was cool. Psychomania Records. Here's another one. This is great. Nausea from LA. Psychological Conflict 7 inch. This is on Baphomet Records out of LA. This Agothicles, I got a shitload of them, but I picked this is one of my favorite ones. This was on the Seraphic Decay label. And this is so I told you guys I had a label called I didn't tell you the name, but it was called No Weak Shit Records. It was like from 96 to like 05 that I did it, and I put out 7 inches. And this was the last one I did. It was my band called Hippo Christians. This was
that's nice.
A 7 inch.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was on my label. Filthy Christian split with G-Yanks, however you call it. G-Yanks is more hardcore, but Filthy Christian is a little grinding stuff. They put out an album on Eric as well. 7 minutes of nausea. This is just total noise. You got to like just total nonsense noise to get into 7 minutes of nausea. But another big influence on me and Ray. Speaking of AC, and this is a anal cunt split with Psycho. This is the old one. This was on Action Records, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
I got quite a bit, so I'm just running through these fast. This is Radiation Sickness. This was a band from Indianapolis.
Nice.
This was on Putrefaction Records. This came out in 91. I can't remember. Anyway, but that was huge fucking influence. Sore Throat. This was their 7-inch.
Yeah.
Sore Throat fucking rules. Impetigo. I'm wearing an Impetigo shirt. This is a rare Impetigo 7-inch. This is a Buru Omega 7-inch.
Nice.
Another Gothicles. This is a split with Putrid Offal. This is a great one. Putrid Offal was from France. Fucking heavy ass stuff. This is a rare one too that I play on the show often. It's a band called Religious Fucks from Michigan. Yeah. And on the other side is Eco Stench. If you like fucking just fast grindcore screaming stuff, that's for you. A good one. Here's one I put on my label. This was probably the one that sold out pretty quick, and it was Regurgitate split. This is a grindcore band from Sweden with the Gorbeion Necropsy from Japan. So I did 500 of these on red vinyl, and that shit went like that. So that was came out. Oh, funny thing about this one. So it came out in 2001, and we all know what happened in 2001 in September. This came out at that time.
Wow.
And when I got the copies of the box, and I still got the records, they threw in like 7-inches that weren't this. It was from a country singer named Alan Jackson, and he had just put out a song about 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Called something. I don't remember what it was. So they put 7 of his records in my box of records at that time. And I'm like, I wonder if it was on Arista Records. I wonder if they got my 7-inches in their fucking box of stuff. So that was pretty wild, man. Yeah. All right. So anyway, that's the first little pile of it. So sorry.
So somebody that was gonna probably listen to some country records wound up getting that record.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, that shit. I was like, I remember because I put all the records together myself, right? So I had the covers and put them and did this and that. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So that's what it was. It was a Alan Jackson song about 9/11.
Nice.
Yeah, Francisco, do you still have like some of the records from your label, like any little extras there, or are they all gone?
Oh, that shit's gone. I got like some test press. Yeah, no, those are all gone. Like I said, the only thing I have is my personal copy. I wish I would have kept more, but whatever. Back then, I was just like, I just want to get rid of them.
Yeah. Did you got any of the master copies of those, of the recordings of those? Or no?
Yeah, I still have everything that every band ever sent me to release on the label. Like I still got the test pressing, still have the actual, because back then they used to send shit on those DAT tapes. Yeah, if you guys remember those DAT tapes, that's what we used to use. And I still got some of those. Still got the original art, because back then they would send. It would just be actual art, not like, let me send you a file. They would send the actual artwork all cut and pasted and shit like that. So I still have all that. It's in a box, but I still have it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
And Francisco, really quick, I know that you grew up in Texas and stuff. Like, what was some of the early like bands that you saw live of grindcore or any like extreme stuff that really stood out, like in a live setting?
With shows. I said I grew up south of Houston, and Houston is where the shows were at. And my parents, having Mexican parents, they were super strict. So I didn't really start to get to go into shows till I was like in Houston, till I was like 15 or 16. So I'd be 90, 91. In Houston is where we would go. But as far as grinding bands, I'm trying to remember who was some of the first stuff. Shit. There was a band, they were more thrashy, heavy, but they had some grinding stuff. There was a band called Scum of the Earth from Dallas. That was pretty cool. They had some real fast stuff. Shit. Probably Napalm, like those first tours.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, shit like that. As far as local bands, there really weren't, because Splatteria, I missed like the very last show they did, because they came here in summer of '91, and I saw The Accused at the same venue they played at, like literally 2 weeks later. But I never got to see Splatteria, but that was a great show because it was Splatteria, Anal Cunt, Phlegm, and Incantation. And this was,
Nice.
you know, prime time. You know what I mean? And then me and my buddy Ray, we would play shows, and to people were like, "What the fuck is this going on? What's going on here?" But Houston, there really wasn't. I mean, like before I started going to shows, there was Splatteria, Bacteria. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. There was never really nothing until me and my buddy Ray came around. Like I said, 90 when we officially recorded something. 93. We were probably, you know, pretty close early on. Yeah, they were ahead of us by a few years, but there really wasn't too many like grindcore bands. I would say a lot of people were playing thrash, death metal, and it wasn't until like some of the bigger bands started coming, like Napalm and Carcass, Brutal Truth. Things like that.
Nice. All right. Tom, you want to jump into?
Yeah. I just want to ask a question. The band that JD is in is the Annihilator from Texas, right?
Correct. Yeah, not the Canadian.
I have that the album.
Yeah, the Annihilator is badass, man. That made my top. That made my top for 2024.
Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah, I'm sure JD's pretty cool with that. But yeah, Annihilator is the Annihilator from Texas that started like in 86, 87. And actually I had Alex from Annihilator, the original guy, on the show, and he gave a fucking hilarious story. He's like, dude, I just didn't know how to fucking spell. That's why I spelled Annihilator. That's why he spelled Annihilator, because that's the way I thought it was. I spelled it, and he goes, I didn't fucking look it up or anything like that. He goes, we just kept it. It looked cool. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, their shit is good, man.
Yeah, get those early stuff on Wild Rags. Yeah, dude. Ripping shit.
The vinyl. Well, the albums I got is practically, because like I said, I don't have a lot of grindcore, but it's like the Napalm's Death.
Yeah.
Any Corruption. Yeah.
I like that album.
Yeah, I got that. More people think that this is where they turn into more death than they did than grindcore. Then of course the greatest grindcore album.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And then I have another band that a lot of people I don't hear talk too much about, Extreme Noise Terror.
Oh, dude, I love ENT.
Yeah.
Yep. The beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, the stuff. And then I got what you call here, Worm Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
From Singapore.
I saw that band on a tour, and I guess when they had first started, some kids and I guess they were on a tour, some kids booked them in Houston, and shit, that was years ago, and then they blew up. I was like, what the fuck? That was weird.
Yeah, they blew up. They got Coffin from
Japan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That shit's heavy right there.
Yeah, I like this album a lot. And then called Aborted was another one.
I got that. So, and I don't mean to butt in, but that band gets brought up, and I remember. So one of the guys from Agathocles, the drummer, used to have a label called Yuxicon Records, and I think he sent me like a promo CD before that was of like that band's first album, and I probably still have it around here somewhere. But that band got huge too, so it's just it's weird seeing all this shit happen.
I was checking them out this morning on their channel, and I was like, damn, they got all these videos and shit going.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, this band is deaf, but it has a lot of grind. It's Fluid from Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah, they pretty good, and they got grind in it. I got the Blood.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, dude. Impulse to Destroy.
Yep, and what you call? Then now my new favorite one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That rules.
And
then
then
never see that enough.
Yeah. What you call I got the CBT.
Hey, you know what? I'll talk about that in a little bit. I got a story about that band.
Go ahead, brother.
Oh, you want me to tell you? All right, let me. So I actually released their second 7. Oh shit! Hold on. Can you guys still hear me? I just knocked this shit down.
Nah, we hear you clearly.
All right. Anyway, let me put this back. I got a little excited. It's weird you brought that up. Well, when I first heard that band, Let me see if I can find it. Should have it here somewhere. Yeah. So that band's from Germany, and I remember when I first heard their demo, it came out in '98, and that was, yeah, that was early. That was like very early on when I had the label, and I used to I liked the band Gut from Germany a lot, and it reminded me of Gut quite a bit at that time. And it wasn't too like, I don't know, they got a little kind of weird over the years, but this is a 7-inch I put out of theirs. This is they split 7-inch with a band from Poland called Gross Member, and this is a CBT side.
Oh, nice.
But I put this out. I put this out in 2000, I believe, and
24 years old.
So, dude, I remember it was like a Saturday morning. I was sleeping in. I didn't have to go to work. Get a fucking phone call. It's like, yeah, hello. This fucking German accent on the other side. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, it's like, and it was the guy I used to be in touch with was Sasha. He was the guy Sasha from CBT. And he was like, yeah, just, he was wanting to know if I had sent the record to press, and he was like very pushy, but I guess and then I got pissed off, but it's probably a German thing. I don't fucking know. But he's like, yeah, I just wanted to know if you send it to press and where we at with that. I'm like, God damn. I was like, yeah, dude, it's out at press or whatever. So I always thought it was weird that he fucking spent all, because it costs a lot of money to call somebody from fucking Europe to Texas. Yeah. But he woke me up on a fucking Saturday because it was probably like 3 in the afternoon for them or whatever, you know what I mean? And he's like, I can't do the German accent, but I just remember like, what the fuck? Am I dreaming still? Why is this fucking dude talking to me? But he just wanted to know where I was at with the record. I was like, God damn, okay. So now I know why they got kind of big, because the guy was a hustler, right? He was a go-getter. So that it doesn't surprise me that they got kind of popular. But I think this is their second thing on vinyl they did. They did another one with a band from Poland called Squash Bows. I think that was like a few months before the one I did. So this was their first or this was a 7-inch I did of them. It's funny you show that shit because I released their shit early on.
Nice.
Yep.
I don't see that.
Oh, what you call for meat shit?
Oh yeah, of course. I have a bunch of their early 7-inches. I don't think I got any of them.
Yeah, that one. Was it Plasma?
Plasma.
Yeah, I think I got this from you, Francisco.
Me?
Yeah, I think you.
I know you got that Death Cap from me.
Death Cap. So I forgot who I got. I thought I won this from you on the.
No, I don't remember that one.
No.
Maybe you did. I don't
know. And what was this?
From Germany.
Murder Rate.
Okay, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, they're from Germany. So, and what else I got here? Damn, I forgot what the hell this band is. So we're gonna skip this one.
Looking at him with them old man eyes. Put them glasses on.
I know. Yeah, I think that's it for me with all the grind.
Cool. I mean, I got plenty for all of us. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. Oh, this classic.
Nasm.
Yeah.
Fucking wild how that guy died. No, you know what I mean?
The tsunami,
so man. Happened to be
21 years ago, right? He got caught up in that tsunami.
Yeah, he just happened to be at that fucking place at that time.
And I should took him on, took the whole.
You guys seen those videos of that?
Wow, it comes. Yeah,
dude,
wiped out that whole fucking town.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, man, crazy.
That was young. Well, I think I went through my whole collection.
You guys need to grind more, man. I'm out to school, you guys.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. You are the one, man. That's what I said, man. We got to give you the props for that.
Well, a lot of my stuff is in storage and not here. So I'm going to show you what I got in combinations of T-shirts, vinyls, and CDs. But I always like to bring up some old school shit first. And I want to say that this particular band right here, has a massive influence with the grindcore scene, 1984. Also from Japan, Jism.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Early Jism. And
Love them both.
Francisco mentioned this earlier, Sore Throat.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's one of my favorite demos.
Hell yeah. Like all of that old stuff, like Extreme Noise Terror and all those early compilation that really brought it out. And then when it comes to regular grindcore, I mean, obviously we got the classics like Terrorizer from '89 and Repulsion, Horrified. You know, like for anybody who's getting into this stuff, like these are great starting points. You can't forget Carcass, Symphonies of Sickness, and
I ordered that shirt.
album.
I ordered that shirt from Earache back when, I remember. Like that same exact design.
Did you get it?
I did. I did.
Okay.
You know, Napalm Death, obviously, you know, the first stuff.
Fuck yeah.
When we went to see them, we saw them at the Grind Crusher tour with Nocturnus and Godflesh. They blew us away. Also, that famous VHS tape that they did when they toured for Harmony Corruption. And you mentioned Anal Cunt earlier. We saw them at Wetlands, which was a small club that was over here down in the lower Manhattan. Then you know, I wanted to mention other bands like going into the 90s, Pig Destroyer.
Yeah.
The early stuff, you know. Also, this band from Virginia, saw them. They don't get spoken about too much, but I think they're great.
I know that band.
Soil. Yep, from Virginia. Members of Pig Destroyer in there. And then
you know, King Fowley, I think, is on one of their records.
Oh yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. He knows those guys pretty well. Yeah, yeah.
Then, you know, representing Japan, Forensic, High Speed, Gore Grind, Bulldozer, Viscera, Infest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Viscera, Infest. They got
the cockroach man.
Yeah, the cockroach mosh song where the people fall on the floor. Yeah. I think that this band is from Texas, but correct me, Francisco.
All right.
Insect Warfare.
Yeah, they're from Houston.
Yeah. I like them. Yeah,
I just ordered. Not to cut you off, Rich, but I just ordered. They came out now with a 2 cassette set that has everything they've done in 7-inch and demos.
Yeah, no, they're great live. I saw them live, and they're pretty brutal. Tone showed this earlier, but this is one of my favorite bands from Singapore, and this is Worm Rat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Worm Rat. They've become very popular, and then I'll show. One of the main bands that Barry, Tone, and myself got into, and we saw a lot out here was Brutal Truth.
Yeah, dude. I love the early shit.
Yep. The 7-inch, the EP, the first album. Yep. Their live show, tremendous. Dan Loker, a great performer on stage. A band that incorporated a little bit of electronics in there was Agoraphobic Nosebleed.
Right.
This
that design is wild right there.
That's
cool. And then from New York, we have this band that is kind of considered noise / grind, and this is Disassociate.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I remember that band. I remember they did a split 7-inch with the Meat Shits, I think.
Yeah,
like way back.
Yeah.
I remember them.
Noise. Yeah, they still play here and there. They do like a lot of those squats down in the Lower East Side kind of things. And then
didn't those guys? I don't mean to cut you off, but didn't those guys form like some pretty well-known hardcore bands too after that?
They all kind of like moved around. Yeah, like they all played like in Thompson Square Park and CBGBs and all that. Some of them were bouncing shows. Like they were all part of like the squat / punk underground ABC No Rio scene. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I got a couple of more little things here. But I'll let Barry jump in.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, well, like I said, my pretty much my collection, I've just tried to pretty much take out some basics. I mean, everybody else. So I'll start off with something that I picked up, and Francisco knows he's seen some of my stuff. He says he loves when I pull out albums, and I'm just fucking thrilled with some of these stuff that I get. Because it just amazes me about how some of the stuff that you do find, and it's like holy shit, especially when you find it at decent prices, of course. So This band right here is called The Drip from Washington. What was it? Richland, Washington State. This album is called A Presentation of Gruesome Poetics. This is, even though it's an LP, but it's a 45. And and it's some good fucking grindcore in here, man. It's not bad at all. I was like, this was I was telling Tone about it. I said this was actually sort of a impulse buy, and it's like I saw it on eBay. I looked it up and I was like, what the hell, grindcore? I didn't even listen to them. I think they had it for the guy was selling it for I think $6, something like that. Yeah, and I said, fuck it. So I just took it. It was an impulse buy. And I was very happy with it, man. The Drip, really good stuff there. And then another one which kind of threw me into another sort of impulse buy. This band called Trigger from Germany. All right. Yeah, some again these guys, from what they have, and they got, and this is there's tons of songs on here, of course.
Yeah.
And
I like that cover art.
Yeah, they got some. It's very good. It's from Germany, European grind at its best.
Yeah,
good. It's one of these things where it's like you find it's like, where the fuck these guys came from, And it was good, man. I really enjoyed this.
Cool.
And then we go with who's these guys again? Oh, Nazgul from Spain.
Oh yeah. That's some heavy grindcore right there.
Yeah.
Motherland.
Yeah, shit, man. Yeah. Tanya's, baby. That's it.
Yeah, Nazgul. Yeah, for sure.
This was some good shit right here. And then we go with the gore grind from Switzerland. And it's getting cut.
Whoa, what happened there, baby?
Oh, that's a weird.
They cut off.
It's got green on the.
Okay. There it is.
Embalming Theater.
I know that, man.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Everything's green here, so you're gonna see the whole thing.
Yeah, wow. Cool.
So this was some good shit. Then
hell yeah.
I picked up this year, and I mentioned this on one of the. I put it back as far as one of the best of 2020. I know I can't pronounce it. I'm a mean Spanish person who can't pronounce Spanish language. Liberos, I think it is. They're from.
Hold on. Liberosis.
There we go. You see,
Liberosis.
They're from Costa Rica, and some vicious grind you're gonna get from there, man. Really, really nice. Really
Shout out Costa Rica.
Yeah, that's to interrupt, Francisco. One of your best episodes was when you were translating.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Hold on. When I did what? You cut off.
When you were translating the Spanish from.
Oh yeah. I try my best, man. I try my best.
Yeah, and
that was good.
Last couple, I'll go. Your basic got. Gotta go with with your anal cunt, right?
Oh yeah, look there.
Yeah.
And I can't go over that. Some good shit here, man. It's really, really good. And go with I got my Symphonies of Sickness.
Oh, ain't nothing basic about that. That shit rules.
Yep.
But this and not for nothing, Francisco. That's why I told you about the stuff that I heard from your band. It reminded me a lot of this style of
that's good.
This was grinding, man. This was and I really enjoyed your shit, bro. I really do.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Huge influence.
Of course, we go with rest in peace. We go with some brujeria.
Brujeria.
I'm still like in shock about some of these dudes just passing away like that, man.
Didn't like two of them die?
Yeah, two of them.
Wow,
both singers. Brujeria, and then one of the last little gore grinds. You go with some exhumed.
Yeah, gore metal.
Yeah,
gore metal.
They're mixing there, So I give them a little props in there, And this, I remember getting this when I was working at HMV. It was a promo, so I was happy to get this shit. So, and I know they did like a re-release of this recently, didn't they?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Vinyl.
Yeah, so
they re-released them in color vinyls.
So yeah, that's pretty much. I got Terrorizer on cassette.
Yeah, I got
you. And the Napalm Death, and but I just those are like my more obscure ones that I felt that I could share with the world.
Yeah, I know everybody knows Napalm, Terrorizer, Carcass, Repulsion, but it's still nothing better than that shit. So
yeah, and sometimes
that's the blueprint.
And then, like I said, we're getting those like the ones that I picked up, like the drip and trigger, it's like, you throw those out there, people are like, yo, what the fuck is this? And then now, maybe that brings up more of a conversation for other grindcore bands to get out there.
Right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's it, man. Yeah, you said you have some other ones there, Francis?
Yeah, dude, I got a stack of shit.
Yo, show your stack, because you know what? Anything is gonna be your stack right now, because mine is done.
All right, that's fine.
I'm done too. I got one left.
Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, the one that I had left that I couldn't read in the thing is funeral rape.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Okay.
Man,
that looks fucking wholesome.
Is that a revenue project?
You sent me, Francisco?
I did. That's hard to get there. That's out of print.
Yeah, now I remember it was this. There wasn't the other thing. This,
yeah, it was.
I love this shit because it came with the patch.
Nice. Yeah, that's the one I sent you. Yep.
Yeah,
sure did.
That's dope.
There's not very many of those patches either.
It's good.
Fuck yeah.
Appreciate that.
Hell yeah. You got, all right. My turn?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
All right, so this is more 7 inches. This is a band called Cripple Bastards, which I think you guys are probably familiar with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cripple Bastards from Italy. Italia. This is a split with a band from Japan called Carcass Grinder, which were a great band too. Very Napalm, Agathocles, SOB kind of mix. Here's another Cripple Bastards. I had a bunch. The early 7 inches I really like. This is a split with another band from Japan called Senseless Apocalypse, who are fucking great too.
Nice.
This is a 7-inch I put out. It's more death metal, but it's still grinding. There's a band from Germany called Dead, who put out a bunch of shit. This is a 7-inch I put out.
That was on your label, right? That was on your label?
This was on my label. Yeah.
Okay.
This one came out in probably 2000 as well.
Oh, nice.
I remember. But yeah, these are long gone. Here's a great one. Live Excruciating Terror from LA, live at Gilman.
Nice.
This band rules. Here's an obscure one that I really like. I try to tell everybody about this band called Ear Bleeding Disorder.
I think
they were from Denver, Colorado. This band was ripping like grindcore with some hardcore and maybe a little death metal in there, but they were fucking great. And this is a split with I think Laughing Dog was from New Mexico, I believe. But this is another great one. More Regurgitate. This one was great. Regurgitate with a band from Spain called Psychotic Noise. From the motherland, like Tone says.
Yep.
Another Carcass Grinder 7-inch with another band from Spain called Violent Headache. This is on a label called Nat from Japan, N-A-T. That's why I like 7 inches, because a lot of the smaller labels, this is what they were doing. And there was a bunch of cool small labels that would release, a few 7 inches on their label. More Cripple Bastards. This is my favorite one. It's Total Noise on that label Psychomania that I talked about earlier. It's a split with Violent Headache also. Another Agathocles. Great.
Oh, that's
split
good.
with VNA. Great. Shit Scum, which features Fred and Seth from Anal Cunt.
Oh, shit. Is that a picture of Frasier?
What is this? Intros Massacre Acoustic Grinder, Germany Grindcore, and Belgian kind of crusty grindcore. One of my favorites ever. This is Splatteria. I showed this one because they did 1,000 records. 100 were this like tan brown color. The rest of them were green cover with black record, but this is nice. There was only like 100 of these that were printed.
Wow.
So that's why I showed this one. Just flexing a little bit, you know what I mean?
You got
to flex every now and then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's another record I put out. I put a Vomit Spawn from Florida with Lymphatic Phlegm from Brazil. I put this out in I don't remember when this was. 2002 maybe. But this is another 7-inch I released on my label. This is the first 7-inch I released on my label. Another Vomit Spawn with Viscera from Australia. So much shit. This is my band, Hypocristans. This is the first 7-inch we did.
Nice.
On my label. I got to show this one. This was a huge influence too. These Blearg 7-inches. This was on Slap-A-Ham. So every band on here, there's probably like 80 bands, and every song is like 30 seconds long. So this was huge. Slap-A-Ham, 7-inch from Mexico, from the motherland. This is Cacophonia split with Bloodsoaked is more death metal, actually very good death metal. But Cacophonia was one of my favorite bands. They're both great, but Cacophonia was total grindcore noise that I love from Mexico. From Mexico.
Yeah.
Right, I can't put that shit back in. All right, let me just show you a few more. Oh, this was cool. This is a bootleg Napalm Death Live 7-inch.
Oh, nice.
I think this is live 87, 88 live stuff.
Barney.
No, this is Lee Dorian.
Lee Dorian?
Yeah. Jesus Crust from Boston area. This was Charlie Infection, was in Psycho. This shit rules. Classic. I'm flying through these. Oh, I got to show you this one. This is a band called Gut from Germany. They were like total kind of gore porno, but the funniest thing about this, and it's still there, was they came with a condom. And I'll go ahead and tell all your jokes. Oh, he never used the condom. Well, no, dumbass. You gotta ride it natural. Ain't that right?
Yep.
So that one was funny about that one. Came with a fucking condom. I was like, what? This is crazy. But this is all my fucking youth.
Nice.
You got nice collection, huh?
Well, I mean, I bought a bunch of shit. Oh, here's another.
You probably assembled that through trading, through mail order, through like you just got it all different ways at shows, right?
Like, exactly. You just buy stuff, and next thing you know, you got 5 records or whatever. I remember because I was never a LP guy. I was always cassettes. When I first started, it was cassettes. I didn't start buying like vinyl until maybe 91 or so. But I started buying 7-inches, and this is a great one. This is a classic SOB Napalm Flexi. This one's a Flexi. You guys remember Flexis?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's classic. SOB Napalm Death. Yeah. Oh, I always talk about this band too. This band was short-lived from Canada. They were called They were called Inertia Kills. They were from Japan. Brutal shit. If you like World Downfall, like Terrorizer demos, stuff like that, and like a little bit of like crusty stuff thrown in there, this is the shit right here, dude. They were great. They only put out this 7-inch and a split 7-inch, but they were fucking great. This is cool too. It even says grindcore. It's Australian grindcore.
Oh, nice.
7-inch. It's got I don't know, like 3-4 different bands. Got this through trading, like you said. Let me see. One more. Oh no, I'll show another one. This is a Canadian grindcore compilation. This is cool.
Nice.
Another compilation. This is Flexi. This came out of Mexico. This has like Fear of God, Psycho Sin, Filthy Christians, all kinds of cool shit. And of course, Fear of God. They're fucking great.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a stack of shit, but that's enough.
Nice.
Good stuff, man. I got a little bit more. Not too much left.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Francisco.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. A little bit of gore grind. This band is from Philadelphia, Bandit.
I've seen them play.
Yeah, they're pretty good. It's like crazy, chaotic kind of power violence mixed with grind. Miasmatic Necrosis, the guy from Maryland Death Fest.
That's right.
Band. Yeah, they're pretty good. I can't pronounce this. I think Francisco will probably pronounce a little better. From Canada, Artigus, right?
Oh shit, I don't know. I still don't. I think it's Agatus. I don't know.
Yeah, they're good. Like really short songs. Kind of like mincecore, kind of wild hardcore style.
My buddy Ralph put that out. Haunted Hotel Records. That's my buddy Ralph.
I'm sorry, Francis. That's the label I was talking about, Rich, today to you.
Yeah. Ralph rules.
Yeah, I brought some stuff from him.
He's from Yonkers, baby. Yonkers.
Yeah.
Nice. I forgot to mention earlier, Hemorrhage.
Oh, dude, that album rules. I want that CD. I've been trying to find that on CD. Somebody hook me up with a Hemorrhage CD.
All right,
this album from last year.
Yeah. Oh, that was on LP. I thought that was only on CD.
LP. I got this from Headbangers.
Okay. Cool.
Discorch.
Yeah, dude, Antimo.
Yep.
He's the guy that put out the ETD on CD.
Yep. And then this is like a little porno grind band that came out. Joe from Immortal Suffering, his bass player is in this band. Whore Hunter.
Huh.
Yeah, this is kind of.
Look at that cover.
And look at the back cover. Yeah. So you know what the songs are about when it comes to that. Then
politics.
Yeah. From Australia, I met these guys, the Afternoon Gentlemen.
Oh shit.
They're pretty good. I met them at Maryland Death Fest. This is kind of hardcore mixed with grindcore. And then another band from New Jersey that's kind of like that style too. It's called Ground.
Ground is good.
Yeah, they're kind of like. And then a little bit of the death grind mix is Blood. I got a Blood cassette over here.
Yeah.
From Germany. Younger band that I met last year, Necessary Death. They also played Maryland Death Fest. Grind Death.
I've heard the name.
Grindcore mix. And then these bands, they're not necessarily grindcore, but they got a little influence. Early Mortician.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Tone, you were saying Early Dying Fetus also had a little bit of grindcore in it. And then when it comes to bands with a little bit of the blackened grindcore sound, Anal Nakareth, the early stuff.
Right.
And then this is young band called Knoll, Knoll. We seen them live in November. They mix grind, black, and death all together, similar to like Portal and Full of Hell.
Yeah.
And I think that might be it. Oh yeah, and then this band, Internal Rot. They're from Australia.
Nice.
This shit is good. It's like Napalm Death style.
What's the name of that band?
Internal Rot, not Eternal Rot. Internal Rot.
From Australia. You said, right?
Yeah. This is Internal Rot from England. They too have grind in their thing too.
And look, Tone is not the only one with Terrorizer. I got the short sleeve, and I think that might be it for me. Pick Destroy. I mean, there's tons of other bands. Like Francisco said, the first Slapper Ham compilation that had almost like 80 bands. That's incredibly influential. I feel like the first Grind Crusher compilation had a lot of bands on it, like the Electro Hippies and Heresy and Unseen Terror. Also, Tona, I thought you were gonna pull it out, the famous Righteous Pigs record that we like. What was the name of that one?
Stress Related or Live and Learn?
Yeah, Stress Related. That was a big one for us back then.
Yep.
Don't worry about it, Tona. Look for it.
Around here.
Rotting Sound is another band that's really big. Other bands that make their mark are Discordant Access. They're known.
Right.
Grit Link is another band that they broke up about a year and a half ago. They're good. I mean, there's tons of stuff. I could keep on going. I don't want to just keep yapping here, but that's all I think I got right now. Yeah. I don't know if you got anything else, Barry.
Nah, I mean, if anything, we'll get to maybe giving him some of our ending questions that we usually give everybody. Considering that, Francisco, you are an awesome musician. I got to give you props on that. If and I tell this to everybody who's a musician, dead or alive, what musicians would you want to be a part of as far as making an all-star band? Any genre.
Well, I mean, if you watch the channel, have been watching, it's no secret. My favorite like rock and roll band of all time is AC/DC with Bon Scott.
Okay.
If I could jam in a band with Bon Scott, fuck, dude, that's all I need. Anybody else can be in the band. It doesn't matter.
So who would you like? I mean, who would be your all-star band? Like you have who else would you want inside your band?
1978 AC/DC and me. That's it. Bon Scott, Angus Young, Malcolm Young, Cliff Williams, and Phil Rudd, and then me as like the guy that go get some in the water or something. You know,
Brody.
I would be backup. I would be a backup dancer or some backup vocalist. You know what I mean? That would be it. No, but yeah, probably on. If I were to, let's say I were to start a grindcore band, it'd be Mick Harris from Napalm Death. I don't want to. Matt Olivo from Repulsion on guitar. Oscar Garcia from Terrorizer on vocals, and a bass player. Let me see. I'd play bass.
There we go.
All right. That's an all-star band.
Yeah,
that's awesome, bro.
Oh yeah, minus me, but yeah, that would be my band. Fucking yeah.
So here's my question to you: besides metal, what other genres do you listen to in music?
Oh, dude. I think we talked offline, but I mean, I grew up listening to what my sisters were listening to on the radio in the 80s, like the pop stuff, and I still dig it. I mean, I can listen to fucking Cyndi Lauper any day of the week. I can listen to fucking, whatever was on at the radio at the time, fucking in those early days. Because I grew up with five brothers and sisters, and we didn't have a lot of money, so our music was what we heard on the radio. We couldn't afford to buy anything early on, you know what I mean? So whatever they were listening to on the radio, or what my parents listened to. My parents, being from Mexico, they listened to what they called norteño music, which is basically the northern region of Mexico. The music that I grew up listening to that shit in the house or on the drives all the time. Still listen to that this day because it reminds me of my parents, right?
Yeah.
Punk, hard rock stuff is what I really got. AC/DC was the first band I worshipped as a kid. AC/DC, early stuff, Scorpions, Judas Priest, things like that. And just like anybody my age, it just progressed and got more extreme. But punk rock, some bands, I guess you call it, I don't know if you call it new wave or goth. 45 Grave, I like 45 Grave. Hardcore, some New York hardcore, some real fast hardcore. Just so much shit, dude, that the Temptations, I love the fucking Temptations, dude. I know you wanna, you know what I mean? I fucking love that shit. The Motown stuff, I just jam it. So and that's why, like I said, that's why my show, going back to the show, that's why I like play so many different types of things that I can get away with, but yeah, dude, I know people say I listen to everything, but I do listen to a lot of different shit. I can't stand like new metal or like U2. I hate U2. One of the worst fucking bands ever to exist to these years. Can't stand it. Can't stand shit like Pantera. Can't stand stuff like that. But I'd rather listen to the Four Tops or something like that before I listen to that shit. Four Tops fucking rules. Things like that, so all over the place, man. But metal is where my fucking heart is.
Nice.
For all of us, but
one of my favorite episodes from your show was one day when you went into a block of like grindcore. Then you started playing like extreme metal, then thrash, and it was hours upon hours later. And then the following day, and my cousin Tone's like, "Yo, Francisco's still on," and you probably went like at least a good, I don't know, like maybe almost close to 24 hours of just going straight.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. The longest one was on Labor Day. It was like 12 hours.
Yeah,
all right.
Hey, 12, 13, because me and my cousin kept on texting, and he said, "Yo, Francisco's still on. He's still on."
So that was all right. Let me explain. It wasn't me the whole time. So I was on for a little while, and I said, you know what, fuck it. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. And then people are like, JD popped in. I think that was the first time JD popped in. I literally left my house for like 4 hours or 5 hours to go take care of shit and let the stream keep going. So it wasn't me the whole time, but the longest one was like around 12 hours. And I'm like, fuck, I couldn't even, I don't know what we were thinking, but yeah, it was just like, it was stupid. I mean, it was like 12 hours, really.
It was great.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, but I left for like 4 or 5 hours at one point. So I was like, yeah, I got things to do. JD will take over or something, you know? So that's what it was.
Cool.
Do you got any question, Rich?
No, I think we're good. We got it in the grind. We talked about the band, the upcoming show. If you want to give us the information for some of maybe our viewers who might not know, like how can they find the ETD music? Once again, the big show's coming up on January the 18th, next Saturday, with Pius Levis, Burt Bacharach, ETD, Hexella, and Dork Angel. At what was the name of the club again? 1810 Ojaman, yeah.
Yep.
So don't miss it. And just give us any information like social media stuff, whatever, you know.
For sure. So ETD, there's a Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you can just type in EXTXDX ETD. You can follow us on there. You can get I'll have stuff for sale at the show, like shirts and LPs, but go to Hell's Headbangers and get an album. I think they're pretty close to getting rid of them already, which is crazy. But the CD is still available, but it's at Vomit Records in Mexico, and I know nobody wants to spend all that postage, but he did tell me Hell's Headbangers is getting more copies of the CD version in their distro. So if you're a CD guy, never got a CD, you can get the CD guy or gal. You can Hell's Headbangers, just keep looking. They'll probably have the CD version of it. CD is cool because it's got a clear CD with like the head on there. I don't know, they look cool. And then we may press more cassette versions of it sometime this year. I'm not sure. I got to get with Aaron. He's been asking. I'm like, let's let the LP sell, and then maybe we'll do some more tapes because people still ask about the tapes. And then the show, you can follow Jamming Out All Badass on Instagram, also, and then the YouTube channel. So just JOABA #1, the number 1, and yeah, that's it. I mean, I appreciate you guys having me on here. I enjoy your guys' fucking channel, and it's cool talking with you guys. And fucking Rich and Tone, I'll be seeing you guys in like 6 days. Wait, you guys coming in Saturday or Friday?
Saturday morning.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure y'all hit me up and shit. So we'll be hanging out Friday night, and Saturday night I'll be seeing fucking the 2/3 of the Goat Metal show live and in person.
Yeah.
Now just make sure I don't want to hear any stories about how one of them got kidnapped by Revik's puppet and asked.
Oh yeah, well that's out of my hands. I don't know what to tell you. he's gonna be there. I know he's gonna be there.
Yeah, he told me he's gonna be there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. You guys get to hang out with him again. And only request I have is I got to see fucking Tone in the pit with the fucking bottle or whatever it was again that I saw.
Don't worry.
That's the only request I have.
Yeah.
We got some fucking pit inducing fucking riffs in our stuff. Maybe you can fucking
There'll be some. I'm sure there's gonna be some freaking viciousness going around through there. I'm sure there.
I hope so. I fucking hope so. I want people fucking. Oh, hey, I got a question for you guys. Speaking of moshing, if I may ask something.
Mm-hmm.
You got what kind of like mosher or slammer were you guys? What was your move? What was your go-to move? Did you guys have like a fucking style?
Well, me, it's funny thing is I had a tag team partner.
What?
Carlos, yeah. Me and this guy Carlos that was close friends of ours. We used to call ourselves the Hooded Nightmares. Yeah.
So what was the move though? What was that? Were you like hands up high, or were you the fucking grabbing?
He was low. I was high. Jump up, do all my moves up on top, and he was doing all his moves in low.
Oh, so y'all were getting them at all from all angles.
Yeah, I was sort of more of a defensive. This hand would be up, and then the other one would be going back and forth.
Oh yeah. That's a good move right there.
Yeah,
that's a fucking New York hardcore move, ain't it?
And just that's it. If you was gonna hit, you were gonna hit the hand, and I was gonna hit you, and it was just back and forth.
What about what's that one fucking New York fucking move where it's like you're kind of doing this shit, or I don't know, whatever. My buddy, there's a lot of my buddy John from Lethal Aggression used to do that shit. It's like some, I don't know. It's like you're walking or something like.
Talk about two steps.
Yeah, it's like you're standing. Yeah, you're like sliding your feet.
Yeah, it's like the.
Yeah, that one. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's fucking New York to a fucking T right there, man.
The one I used to do was picking up the change, which is like going in the middle of the pit, pretending
yeah.
And also, like, when people weren't dancing. Yeah, when people weren't dancing, moving people with your back real quick, just to get the circle moving in the pit.
Oh, you were an instigator.
Pizza cutter, like with the
pizza cutter.
Yeah. The pizza cutter, the traditional pogoing, jumping off the stage. Damn, there was so many.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was that fucking elbow kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like to the side, kind of like you're not really looking forward. You're kind of side eyeing that motherfucker in front of you. You know what I mean? Just you got to keep your eye on this guy over here and this guy over here because you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. I was pretty defensive too, though. I had that elbow up all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
No. We had another friend of ours. His name was Martin from Billy Club Sandwich, and we would want to confuse people in the pit. So we would stop and then we would start salsa dancing with each other.
Yeah.
Like giving each other turns and twists and stuff like that. And then we go back into moshing again.
Yo, that confused, like that when they did that. I remember when they first did that, it confused everybody. Everybody was like, what the fuck? Like, Martin was there shaking his ass and everything and going up.
But Rich, remember that show we went to see, Electrocutioner? There was a girl that started doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she would do her thing, and then she'll stop and start dancing like she's dancing salsa.
Yeah. If you feel the rhythm, you feel it,
Yeah.
Oh, man. But what the heck? Oh.
All right. So this is it, right, man?
I just wanted to go and just give shout out to like one of the YouTube channels that we're aware of over in California with all the stuff going on. I know Shane from Vulgar Display Gaming. He's not that far away from what the hell was going on over there. I mean, he's the only one that I know. I'm not sure if Francisco, people from that area and so on to see.
Actually, quite a few. So that the whole thing sucks.
Yeah,
that's happening. I mean, last I heard, it's kind of maybe calmed down a little bit, but I mean, what do I know? I'm not there. But this is from people that are in actually there, not like your fucking news channel or whatever.
No, absolutely. And I guess just basically give shout outs to people from our community, man. Like Shredbeard and Kai and Warhammer 666, Jucifer, Necron, Mordred Red. Everybody who's been part of this community has just been awesome, man. And I and you, Francisco. I mean, it's just to be a part of this, and we all just feed off of each other. It's just been awesome. And Revik said it right. He said that this is what it was like before internet, where you had everybody who was like in bands and people going to shows. Everybody was all together and supporting each other and having a good time and doing things. And this is what it's all about. Now we can bring it out to a bigger spectrum around the world, which is great. No,
absolutely. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome, man. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Look, again, Francisco, I want to thank you for coming on. This was a blast. Always a fucking pleasure talking to you, and we look forward to doing more stuff together, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Likewise. Again, thanks, you guys. You guys fucking rule. I support people that I know are genuine about what they do, and you guys have been supporting me. So hey, it only makes sense to reciprocate. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it. All right, guys. So look, that's pretty much it. We're gonna close this out. This will be going on a little later on, and hope to see you guys in the chats and say what's up. All right.
Hell yeah.
All right. So this is Barry, Rich, Tone, and Francisco. Take care, guys.